Hello everyone. How are you all? Welcome back to geography class. We were discussing 6th chapter North America, its location, political divisions and physical features. Last class we were discussing the eastern chain. So this is the broadest chain of the Cordillera with high peaks and glaciers. Then we learnt about continental divide which separates the rivers that flow into the Pacific Ocean from those draining into the Atlantic and Arctic Oceans. Then we learnt about the central chain, the Pacific Coast Range. After this, today we are going to learn about the central lowlands. Central lowlands is one more division of North America. The central lowlands. The central lowlands stretch from around the Arctic shores. This is Arctic shores and Hudson Bay. This region is Hudson Bay. Hudson Bay lies in the north. To the Gulf of the Mexico in the south. So here is Gulf of Mexico and it lies in south. These vast and fertile plains are hemmed. Hemmed means sieve the edge of. It is sieving the edge by Western Cordillera. So Western Cordillera lies near this Rocky Mountains. It is in the west. From here to the eastern islands. So Appalachian Mountains is known as Eastern Highlands. This lies in the east. So this is the location of Central Lowlands. Then where is Central Lowlands? This region is Central Lowlands. You can find that it is in between to the Hudson Bay, which is at the north, to the Gulf of Mexico, which is in the south. Then to the west, that is Western Cordillera, and at the east, Eastern Highland. So in between is the Central Lowlands. The eastern part of the Central Lowlands is drained. What is meant by drained? This cause the water to run out by the Mississippi. So this is Mississippi River and one of its tributaries. What is tributaries? We have studied while learning the diagram of the river. So tributaries is a river or stream flowing into a large river or lake. So where it is flowing to a tributary, Ohio. So this is Ohio River. Can you observe here? It is flowing from here to Ohio River. So Ohio is a tributary of Mississippi. In the west, the central lowlands are known as high plains because of their greater altitude. What is altitude? It is the height above sea level. The high plains are drained by the Missouri and Platte River and other tributaries of the Mississippi River. The central lowlands are made fertile by layers of sediment brought down by glaciers and rivers. So central lowland is very fertile land. But after the First World War, the trees were cut down and it was made farmland by cultivating wheat there. But a series of droughts led the farmers to give up cultivation. The topsoil, which was no longer protected by vegetation, was carried away by the wind. Why it was no longer protected by vegetation? Because they cut down all the trees which protect the topsoil by its roots, which was no longer so it was carried away by the wind. Slowly, a large area covering the states of Nebraska and eastern Colorado turned into a desolate human made desert called the Dust Bowl. So let's see what is this Dust Bowl. In the 1930s, the Dust Bowl ravages the Great Plains. Replacing native grass with crops resulted in the 8-year drought. Dust storms caused illness and even death. Approximately 3.5 million moved out of the plain states. The situation, however, has improved today with the government enforcing soil conservation methods like planting trees and grass to anchor the soil, that is, to protect the soil, and the practice of contour plowing. So, what is contour plowing? It is a method of plowing along the contours of the land in order to minimize soil erosion. So, here you can see in this picture, it is in the form of contour shape. The Canadian Shield. The Canadian Shield is a plateau made up of hard, old volcanic rocks similar to those of the Deccan Plateau. During the ice ages, the area was covered with thick continental ice sheets. Ice Age, also called Glacial Age, any geologic period during which thick ice sheets cover vast areas of land. Such periods of large scale glaciation may last several million years and drastically reshape surface features of entire continents. A number of major ice ages have occurred throughout Earth history. So, during the Ice Age, the area was covered with a thick continental ice sheets. As the ice sheets moved, the surface got scraped and worn down, leading to the formation of a peneplain. So, by the name itself, we can find it is plain or almost a plain. In addition to this leveling action, the huge boulders dragged along by the moving ice scooped out hollows in the ground. So, there were hollows in the ground. Later, when the ice ages ended, so this ice got melted up, and that melted ice, it got filled up in this hollows with water to form lakes. Today, the Canadian Shield is a peneplain with a number of lakes that are large enough to be called seas. The lakes Superior, Michigan, Huron, Erie, and Ontario are together called the Great Lakes. The other major lakes of the Canadian Shield are Winnipeg, Great Bear, and Athabasca. The famous Niagara Falls lie between the lakes Erie and Ontario. The Canadian Shield is rich in mineral deposits. So this is about Canadian Shield and the Central Lowlands. Learn well. See you in the next class. Thank you.